Hello, my name is Jim DeMeo and this is A Course in Miracles. Today I'm reading from Lesson 138. Heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven is a choice, because here we believe there are alternatives to choose between. There really are no alternatives, but we think there are. We think that all things have an opposite, another illusion that we have. And what we want, we choose. This is, again, untrue. What we want is heaven. We choose all kinds of other things, don't we? If heaven exists, there must be hell as well. For contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real. So we know the common error of heaven and hell that's permeated throughout our culture, along with good guys and life and death and all those other illusions. But we believe in them. Creation knows no opposite, but here is opposition, part of being real. It is this strange perception of the truth that makes the choice of heaven seem to be the same as the relinquishment of hell. It is not really thus. Yet, what is true in God's creation cannot enter here until it's reflected in some form the world can understand. This is part of the reason we're in this world, to help reflect the truth in a way that people can understand. Truth cannot come where it could only be perceived with fear. Can we bring it without fear? For this would be the error. Truth can be brought to illusions. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome, and it cannot come. So a lot of this comes down to readiness, right? And readiness can best be understood as no longer afraid, even hungry. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites. See, again, we push the idea of choice. Decision lets one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Again, we see conflicting goals as a reality instead of an illusion, a powerful illusion. Without decision, time is but a waste and effort dissipated. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There's no sense of gain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you when there is really only one to make. And even this but seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubts that myriad decisions would induce. You make but one, and when that one is made, you will perceive it was no choice at all. For truth is true, and nothing else is true. There's no opposite to choose instead. There's no contradiction to the truth. Choosing depends on learning, and the truth cannot be learned, but only recognized. That's why sometimes we call it a feeling rather than a coming to understand. Well, finally I get it. In recognition, truth has its acceptance. And it is accepted as known. We experience it That's where the acceptance comes from. We finally allow the experience of what is natural. We have finally cleared away all the distractions and just can be. But knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to teach within the framework of this course. Ours are teaching goals to be attained through learning how to reach them and what they are and what they offer you. Decisions are the outcome of your learning, for they rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are and what your needs must be. So knowledge is heaven. We're still afraid of heaven. This is why we do not experience it. This is why we have glimpses of it, because occasionally we have enough support to lift those fears. But notice the last part. We get back to it. For truth is true. Nothing else is true. There's no opposite. There's no contradiction. Decisions are the outcome of your learning, for they rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are. The truth of what you are. Not a wretch like me. The brother of Jesus, at one with Jesus and at one with the Father, sharing in the Christ. In this insanely complicated world, heaven appears to take the form of choice, rather than merely being what it is. Of all the choices you have tried to make, this is the simplest, most definitive, and prototype of all the rest, the one which settles all decisions. If you could decide the rest, this one remains unsolved. But when you solve this one, the others are resolved with it. For all decisions, but conceal this one by taking different forms. Here is the final and the only choice in which truth is accepted or denied. So this is a good stopping point, and I'll continue the reading in the next post. I hope you have a chance to consider it. See you soon.